What's up, family? This is your boy Ivan Hall, the Credit King. Do you know how to get out of credit card debt without paying everything you owe? Creditors expect you to return the money owed to them when you use your credit cards. Your creditors may decrease their expectations and charge off your accounts and send them to collections after a protracted period of missed payments. After this time, you may be able to make alternative payment arrangements for a lower amount than you owe. These, however, are always accompanied by a drop in your credit score. Obligation settlement is a deal with a creditor in which you pay less than you owe but the debt is still declared settled. Debt settlement may be divided into two categories. The first option is to arrange a debt settlement on your own. This is referred to as a do-it-yourself debt settlement. A professional debt settlement is the second option. You deal with a settlement business that administers your debt reduction strategy in a professional settlement. Professional debt settlement, however, is a very dangerous choice that seldom works out in your favor. There are two reasons why, no matter how appealing it may appear, you should avoid this alternative at all costs. To begin with, working with a debt settlement service might negatively impact your credit score. Debt settlement is a method of avoiding paying creditors by sending money to a debt settlement company instead. Settlement companies believe that your failure to pay offers them negotiation leverage with creditors, allowing them to propose lump sum payoffs to creditors using the money you've been paying them. Second, the success rate of debt settlement is quite low. So not only may your credit be harmed, but it may be harmed without you ever realizing the ostensible benefits of paying off your obligations. While working with a business to reach a debt settlement has a number of disadvantages, negotiating a debt settlement on your own might be a more feasible and secure option. It isn't flawless, and it only makes sense in a few circumstances. You would call your creditor and arrange a lump sum payment for less than you owe that the creditor would take in exchange for the account being considered settled if you did it yourself. You must acquire the terms in writing if you make such an arrangement with a creditor. You risk paying a lump sum without being able to show that the creditor consented to accept it as a settlement if you don't do so. Bankruptcy is another debt relief option that may result in partial debt discharge. There are various distinct forms of bankruptcy, but the most common ones are Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. Whether you may apply for Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 is determined by your income and whether you meet the means test for Chapter 7. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is a very rapid procedure that can eliminate your unsecured obligations through a discharge. Chapter 13 bankruptcy can also result in a discharge, but only after you've completed a 3 to 5 year repayment plan. Bankruptcy can have a significant negative impact on your credit score. Not only may the events leading up to bankruptcy do severe damage, but the bankruptcy itself will be recorded by credit bureaus. A Chapter 7 bankruptcy will be on your credit record for 10 years. Whereas a Chapter 13 bankruptcy will stay on your report for 7 years. For some people, bankruptcy is the greatest way to get back on their feet. In reality, the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, NFCC, offers bankruptcy advice through two types of counseling that are mandated by law as part of the bankruptcy process. It may be your greatest option moving ahead, especially if you are qualified for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. It is, however, a highly severe decision with long-term implications that should only be considered as a last option. Debt settlement and bankruptcy are not the only possibilities. If you're having trouble making payments, instead of attempting to pay less than your whole total, you might want to consider modifying the conditions of your debt. One strategy to reduce your credit card debt is to consolidate or refinance it. You might consolidate your debt into a new account with a reduced interest rate, lowering your monthly payments and speeding up your payback. However, if your credit score isn't great, you won't be able to get favorable rates, and this strategy won't be cost-effective for you. Do not fall into the trap of a consolidation loan with bad conditions that will leave you worse off than before. A debt management plan may be the best solution for most people. This program offers a structured repayment plan to help you pay off all of your debts with the guidance and assistance of a credit counselor. Debts on the plan typically qualify for waived fees and lower interest rates, making it a realistic choice for persons with bad credit. Choose the method that works best for your situation and go get that money.